welcome back to Teacher Tech Bytes. In my last video, we went over how to create PDFs into online activities for your students to do. In this video, it's going to be very similar, but it's going to be more of a section of a website. So here you can see a few different examples that I have already done. On this one, it was the noun and verbs. So I used the snipping tool, which I'll show you in just a moment, and snip just this part out. Save the image, put it on here along with some directions. And then I went to File, Download, and I downloaded it as a JPEG, so you can do either image file. You notice on this one I can't click and drag it because I went to background and I chose that image. And then I added my picture, so you can have multiple pictures on here. And then students will be able to click and drag those. On this one, I created a morning work activity. All I did was first, I did a shape. I chose what color I wanted to fill it in. And then I did borders, and I did it kind of thick on the borders. So it's about a 4 pixel. And then I just added a little text box right here. And I typed in the word solve. And chose the size, bold, and the text that I wanted. Now once you create this one time, to make sure it's all equal with your other ones, you can just click on it, your original one, and then copy and paste it, which again is Control C and Control V. And here I can put it how I want. Now the real thing is how do you create the math problems, especially ones that have different signs, like fractions or exponents and stuff like that. If you go up here to the top where it says add-ons, you want to add this add-on right here. So to add it, you just go to get add-ons, and then I just search for it. And then you can install this one. So now I can go to it and I can insert. Apparently I need to update it. That shouldn't take very long. And what this add-on does, and it is free, is to create math problems or math equations. So here there's this little bitty text box, you can barely see it, but I can do like 5x. Let's close this out of my way. There we go. And then here you have all your symbols. So I can do minus. And I click here. You have your division, your fraction, your square root, cosine, all kinds of stuff. Trigonometry, calculus, algebra. Here's a bunch of different symbols, arrows, more symbols. Here's your length and your time, and volume. There is all kinds of stuff. So symbols you wouldn't normally be able to do on your computer. You can also change the size of it right here. And then just click insert. And then if I move this out of the way, if they'll let me, I'll just close it. You'll see your problem right here. Then you can just move it to wherever you want. You can resize it if needed. Then to create the line, I just went up here to the line and did line. And just drew a line. Then I did another box. And the reason I did another box is so students can see easier where to type in their answer. There's a couple ways you can do this. You can do another shape like I just did. Or you can go to the text box and just insert a text box. And then set the background as a different color. And then maybe change the outline a little bit so that way they can see it a little better. And now they'll be able to type in their answer. You can also change the font size. Now in this one I just did the regular square box. Now the reason why I did that was because when you go to make this an image into your background, it's not going to show the text box there. So this way, if you know how, or if you are showing your students how to add the text boxes themselves, they will know how. And we'll make that a white color. So then all I did was went to file, download it as an image again, and then you can open a new slideshow and then add the background. Now as you can notice, it's kind of blurrier. I'm not sure why it does this. So keep that in mind if you're using the bold. Try not to use bold because it's just going to blur it more. And these are just same thing, just text boxes with the filled background. So you can use this such as morning work like I did, or just little small problems. Here's another one. I clipped this off of something off the internet, and see, you can tell it's Monday, and I have it more towards the bottom, so you could add extra stuff up here if you wanted to. But to keep the students from moving it around, I'm going to go to File, Download it as a JPEG. I'm going to do a new slide, go here to background, choose image. Now most of the time it just puts it down here when you download something. You can browse for it if it doesn't, but if it does, all you have to do is click and drag that up here and let it go. And then click done, and there it is. So now I can go through and add text boxes so students can type in their answers. I can do that to each line. For this one, what I recommend is, if it's, you know, the answer is going to be a fraction, to draw a line there. And then you can put a text box on top. And then you put another text box on the bottom. Like so they can type in their answer. Here's another one. So this box can move right now, and then these are the answer choices. Before you put the answer choices, remember you will need to save it as an image and then make this part the background, and then you can add in all your snippings of the answers. So then that way these students can click and drag and solve it. So I'm going to show you from the very beginning on how to do one. I found this worksheet on the internet. I just searched free sorting worksheets. Now I recommend you just do the whole page like I showed in the last video, but if it's not what you are wanting to do, I'm going to show you how to do just sections of it. So you will need your snipping tool. If you're on Windows, it's called Snipping Tool. And then on Apple, they have a screenshot snipping tool. Same thing with the Chromebooks. So I'm going to click New. And let's say I just want this box. So I'm going to click and drag. It's not going to be perfect. On this box. And here, it has the image for me. I'm going to click Save. Now I'm going to go back to my worksheet and I'm going to click background, choose image, browse, saved under pictures, and then click done. So as you can see, if I do the background, it's too big and you have nowhere to put your items for them to sort. So that's why this one is a little different. And you can't do it as the background. So you'll have to go to Insert, Image, Upload from Computer, because that's where I saved it. And then here it is. So because of the shape of this one, I'm going to need to either have it on the top or on the bottom. I put it on the bottom and then type in my directions up here. And then I'm going to go to File, Download as a JPEG. There it goes. So once again, you can browse for it or you can just click and drag it from your download bar. Then you can close your download bar. And click done. So now here the students cannot move it. And it looks like it has faded a little bit and blurred a little bit. I'm not quite sure on how to fix this. It's just something that happens. But now I can snip each one of these. Just like I did in the last video. You save them. Then you go to Insert, Image, Upload from Computer, click the one you want, and then here they are. Now you notice that it kind of shows the scissors, and if you don't really want that, or if you don't want the dashed lines, after you do this, there's a crop button right here. As long as you have this selected, you can click on it and you can actually resize this down. Then click the crop button again and you can tell it's disappeared. And then you can just add your own line if you wish. And you can even add your own dash line like so. And then once you have those all displayed out and you send it to your students, they'll be able to click and drag them. Now, for page size on these, I did it backwards compared to the other one. Rather than 8 by 5 or 8.5 by 11, I did 11 by 8.5 because if you need to print these for any kind of records or some kind of meeting, any of the students' work, you want to be able to print easily onto a sheet of paper and not be broken up in all these different ways, or you're trying to sit here and resize it and it just messes everything up. So if you're going to do it in this kind of style where you just do a section, I recommend doing 11 by 8.5. If you're going to do the full paper like I showed in my last video, then you want to do the 8.5 by 11. But that is how you can snip and do different things, sorting activities, math work, morning work, however you want to set it up. If you have any questions, be free to leave them in the comments below and I will try to answer them for you. If there's a certain kind of video you're waiting to see or wanting to find out more about, you can also leave that in the comments and I will see what I can do on those. But thank you for watching. Don't forget to subscribe. If this video is helpful, click that thumbs up. Click that notification bell so you won't know when my next video is. And I'll see you next time.